Hello, my name is Chanel Johnson, and I'm here to discuss my position on the Roe versus Wade decision being overturned. There has been a lot of talk within the past few weeks about the Roe versus Wade decision being overturned. What exactly does that mean? In order to understand this, you must first know what the Roe versus Wade decision originally was. Roe versus Wade originated in 1973. A single mother, Norma McCorvey, was a resident of Texas. That state only allowed abortions in circumstances that were necessary to save the life of the mother. McCorvey, a single mother who was pregnant, attempted to have an abortion by lying and saying that she was raped. She also tried to have an illegal abortion. Neither of these attempts were successful. She decided to do something about the abortion law. She filed a claim against Henry Wade, who was the district attorney of Dallas County, Texas. When she filed the claim, her attorney used the alias Jane Roe. That is how the case became known as Roe versus Wade. A doctor who had been arrested for violating the same statute joined Roe, stating that the abortion laws were too vague for doctors to follow. Roe's claim was that women had the right to liberty under the 14th Amendment. There is a due process claim in the 14th Amendment where the constitutional right to privacy comes from. The state of Texas claimed that a fetus was a person protected by the 14th Amendment, and the constitutional right began at conception. The court had to determine if a fetus was considered a person because the Constitution does not define what a person is. The Constitution does, however, state that it covers the born and naturalized in the U.S. Ultimately, it was decided that the unborn are not recognized by the law as a person. Therefore, Roe won the case. The victory of this case did not legalize abortion. It just changed the way states regulated abortions. It also considered abortions covered under the constitutional rights of privacy. Each state was able to set pre-viability restrictions on abortion. Viability means the ability to live outside the womb. This usually takes place between 24 and 28 weeks after conception. Roe versus Wade affirmed the right to have an abortion before 24 weeks. 24 weeks has always been the set pre-viability restriction for almost 50 years. So why has there been so much talk about Roe versus Wade in the media lately? Mississippi changed pre-viability restriction to 15 weeks, banning abortions beyond 15 weeks. The case was taken back to the Supreme Court in December of 2021. Mississippi won the case, so now states are allowed to set pre-viability restrictions on abortions. 26 states are projected to ban or strictly limit abortion, and more than 25% of the nation's abortion clinics are expected to close. In my opinion, women should be allowed to make their own decisions about their body. Abortions are a safe procedure performed by trained professionals. If a woman wants to terminate a pregnancy, she's going to find a way to do it, whether it's safe or not. Trying to perform an unsafe abortion may not have a positive outcome and could cause harm to the mother. Abortions are also an option for non-viable pregnancies. If a woman has a tubal pregnancy or if the baby has a defect and the doctors don't project the baby will live, abortions, the same procedure as abortions, are performed in these situations. These things can sometimes happen outside of the pre-viability restrictions that are set by the state. Abortions are an option for women not fit to be parents. Teens sometimes get pregnant at a young age and they're not ready to be parents. Some women get pregnant and they're not mentally or financially able to support a baby. If people are forced to have kids they know they can't support, it could result in a negative outcome for the kids and the mothers. The mother could deal with mental health issues and postpartum depression. The kids could be raised in unhealthy environments. In certain situations, a mother must choose between her life and the child's life. I know of a situation where a woman was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and she found out she was pregnant at the same time. The doctor told her that she could not receive chemotherapy while pregnant, and if she didn't receive chemotherapy, there was a possibility she would lose her life. In this situation, she had to terminate the pregnancy in order to receive the proper treatment she needed to live. There are situations where women are raped and get pregnant as a result of that rape. Most women would not want to give birth to that baby and always be reminded of the horrific incident that took place to conceive the child. Counter arguments are life starts at conception. Some people believe that viability starts at conception. Another argument is if people increase sex education and birth control, we wouldn't need abortions. People also argue that abortions make it seem as though life is disposable. In life, there will never be a situation where everyone agrees with one another, so we can't expect for everyone to agree on this topic. I believe that we never know what the future holds. We never know if we will find ourselves experiencing an ectopic pregnancy, getting pregnant as a result of being raped, or having to terminate a pregnancy to save our own life, as I stated before. I think having the option to abort if we need to just gives us a little more sense of security. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for letting me share my thoughts on the Roe versus Wade decision being overturned. Have a good day.